Hey everyone, it's Sparks here, back for more Final Fantasy XIV. We are gonna continue from where we left off and continue our investigation of Falgor Float. Falgor Float. I don't know why I pronounced it the other way. I think it sounds better, maybe. Anyways, straight into it. Alright. So first we need to find Ziz. I'm gonna go and deliver the note we have first. And finish that particular quest. Because it'll also get us a different quest. These parts abound with particularly ferocious beasts. You do well to keep a wide berth, adventurer, lest I be left to clean your carcass on the forest floor. A report from Godwin, you say? Very well, let us see. Traveling merchant, waylaid by Kirin bandits, adventurers hand-bitten clean up by a feral Ziz, etc., etc. The usual banalities. Was this? Sighting of a masked man. No casualties yet reported, but due diligence to be exercised. Troubling news indeed. These parts are perilous enough without some mass marauder stirring our trouble. Thank you, friend. Rest assured that the adder will be on the lookout for this interloper. As a woodwearer, it's my sworn duty to protect my nation from the Ixal. Yet, as a Gridanian, it pains me to see the trees around me wither and die while we are off fighting battles. Shroud hairs have grown destructive, like gnawing away at trees and ripping shrubs from the ground. We cannot very well tell the birdmen to stay their spears while we hunt oversized slugs, can we? And so I turn to you, adventurer. Pour this weak old ale over the scarred trees, and the culprit should be along in short order. Should bring the wood much sucker if you put them down. I can do that. Flat ale. Oh, it's lost all its bubbles. Jeez, flat ale, of all things. So these aren't actually rabbits at all. I thought them being called hare they were actually some sort of rabbit-like thing, but nope. They are slugs. Which is awful. Why would you call... Oh, I guess I get why they call it a hare, though. It does look like it has ears and a little tail. Jesus Christ, mate, what were you doing last night? For it to end up there. No! I didn't want to join the fate. I want to keep going with the quest. Alright, there's some Ziz here. Are they in the hunting log for this class? They are not. Are they in the one for pugilist? Yes. 5 of them for a pugilist. We only need to kill 3 for the story. Alright, let's find this other scarred tree. We may have to fight some Bane mites along the way. Yeah, that Bane mite is... Oh, wait, maybe not. Yay, we were able to skirt around it. Yay, we did it. Let's go turn in the quest. Never mind, we have to fight a Bane Knight. Or two. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to getting some Dynamite buffs. They're useful for crafting. Thank you, adventurer. I can battle the Ixal with a clear conscience, now knowing that those like you are friends to the Force. Foreign Tell, whose name this spire bears, was one of the greatest heroes from the time of Gridania's founding. His martial exploits were exceeded only by his love of the Force. It is the love of Eugenia, the namesake of our sister spire. Through such tales of yore, not set your heart aflutter. As you approach the evil ally will entrust you a task more ambitious than the slaying of hares. You have to encounter curious constructs of living stone in these parts. They emerge from a sundered landscape in the wake of the calamity. Their numbers have only burgeoned thenceforth. From each one we slay, another rise of service takes place. My comrades and I are wits' end. It's clear we must take its balance to the source. There's a researcher by the name of Yum Abaka who frequents the bobbing cork at Volgard float. I suspect you might be able to shed light on the matter. Take this sealing vessel and capture the living soulstone of one of the golems. Mind you will have to weaken the brute first. Deliver the soulstone to your Epocon and see if you can estimate the golem's origins. Can do. But first... we fight two Ziz at once. Not that they're any match for us. Alright, we just need to kill one more to finish the quest. And there's another quest over here as well that we would... I just fell. I am very annoyed by that fact. You know what, this has nearly succeeded. Yeah, we don't get much of a contribution because we came in right towards the end when the Wood Whalers already done most of the work, but it's fine. Anyways, our main objective. I was gonna check and see what other classes have Ziz on their hunting log, so... Alright, so... Marauder doesn't, Gladiator doesn't, Conjurer doesn't, Archer does. Alright, an Archer needs to kill 5 of them. This Adamar person, let's see if he gives us anything. Pray help me, friend. I've run clean out of lantern fuel, and I'm afeared I won't make it long past sundown. I've not tried it myself, but I've heard that you can fashion makeshift lanterns by sealing those flying balloons inside these here lamps. Of course, it might take some coercion before they goes in, if you know what I mean. Is. And now we have to wait for them to respawn. I'm sorry to this person if they were also looking for them. But oh well. Not much we can do about that. Hummus Golem is what it wants me to do. Yeah, here you go. Godson, thank you. I'll be digging along past sundown time. Thames gold in there. Hills, hi-ho! Yeah, if you can help me get there. I got my eyes set on new veins of ore, but these legs of mine aren't quite long enough to get me there. Might you kind is to set these ladders up for me? I'll do it myself, but them parts can be dangerous of late. Okay, I can do that. I'll do it just for the sake of... These things are in my way. I need to wait for this to respawn anyways. Alright, I'm gonna go turn things in now. We have got the fish, the fragments. But they need to be delivered to actually come. Oh wow, that didn't even count for half of what he wants. Oh well, it's fine. Oh. That was an exciting little bit of fighting. Fragments. I guess we can get a bit more. But we finished it. So we don't need to. We can just leave and go find the Ziz that we need. Or not. We already did everything. There we go. We're done with that. Damn it! That guy must have killed them. Well, I see one down there. Ow. That's Ziz dealt with. I will need to consider switching to a different class. For going after the rest. I will just quickly check my hunting log to see how we're doing. If Lancer needs Ziz. Nope, Lancer does not. We got Archer. What about Rogue? Does Rogue need Ziz? Rogue does not. Neither does Conjurer. Or Thaumaturge. Arcanist does, but in a different location. So yeah, we're good. I'll switch back to the class I'm leveling. And go try to find the enemy we need. Hummus Golem. There we go. Got what we came for. Now we just need to put some ladders down for another quest, and right, we need to recover something for a different one. First things first, let's go deal with the one that's closest to us. Alright. Mountaineer's ladder. Wow. It's just a step ladder. Amazing. Okay, we're meant to come all the way up here. Clearly, there must be another path down here. I'll swing around and see if I can find... No, that takes me up there. Wait, maybe. Ah, there it is. That's better. Alright. Nope, we're not fighting it. We're running for our lives. So we don't need to fight it. Hack. Hoffity hack hack. Let's get up here, cross the bridge, get across the next bridge, and then go deliver something. Self, I know not what manner of ore lies in wait, but mark my words, when I strike a witch and leave this place for good. Okay. Right, next stop, we need to go and recover... Ow. We need to go and defeat some Kieran to recover Gogolafa's goods. Because, of course, he's refusing to go home until he has his goods back. Alright, let's go get those goods. Somebody's having fun over here. Well, I see the goods in question. Trying to skirt around the enemies. These guys don't have primal. Well, doesn't matter. They very well may do, but we never see it. Because there's no reason to show us it. But who knows? Alright, well, we've got a bunch of different quests we can turn in now. So we'll go do that. At least one of them will cause us to level up. I should really get the doors. Don't know if you can hear Paul in the other room laughing away. He's doing some raiding himself tonight with some friends. Hopefully they're having fun. Very soon it sounds like they are. You know what, Pecan? Why, that's me. At least that's who I think I am. Did you need something from me? Gummies Polems? I fear I'm not familiar with them. Pumice golems, on the other hand. Oriane has told me all about them. Let's see what you've brought me now. Oh, I can feel it pulsing with energy. So they found a live one, haven't you? I must begin my notes straight away now. Where did I put my glasses? Oh, woe is me, a bunch of those words is not worth a lump of Oppo dog. How can I ever show my face like this once again? My wares? Why, wherever did you find them? The curing camp. Exactly as I told you. Preposterous. I think you'd actually... Nice to say I am in your debt once again, friend. Thanks to you, I can at long last return to Oldal, where my loving wife awaits. Then again, there are those nasty rumors going around late. A masked man, was it? Indeed, the roads may not yet be safe. Though it pains me so, I fear I have no recourse but to sojourn here a while longer. Lovely sauce. That's why I always say, if you can't hold your liquor, stick to tea. I'm sorry, do you have something for me? Why, I've been searching everywhere for that key. You're a godsend, friend. Let's forgive me, there's a rumor of a vicious masked man in these parts. They got both me and my customers on edge. Anyway, thanks to you, that ill-swilling fool can sleep soundly in his bed tonight. We do well to find safe lodgings as well, friend. You see that painting over there? Well, of course you can't. It's covered in reports with stuff thanks to my doing-nothing employees. I dust them right off myself. I reckon the sluggards would better learn their lesson if they saw a customer like yourself doing the deed. What do you say? A few swishes with his chocobo duster should do the trick, and I'll make it worth your while. Okay, sure, I can do that. Let me just switch to a class that isn't already at level 30. Specifically Conjurer. I mean, it is a pretty painting. Looks to be like a mountain range covered in mist. And this one appears to be a lake. Yeah, somebody standing by a lake. Ooh, the one behind the paintings, behind it. Thanks, friend. If only my employees should have a love of fine art that you and I do, eh? Paying upstairs is special. Don't ask me why, but the lonesome figure standing there gazing off in the distance, usually a sentimental type, but it stirs something inside me. It's wistfully remembering adventures long past, or stealing his nerve for a battle to come. So that is what's with the artist's identity a mystery we might never know. Just look at the time. Whoever is keeping it. My apologies, friend. You've caught me in a fretful humor. The young girl has reserved a room with me tonight, yet she's nowhere to be found. There's no rumor around these parts of late. Try as I might, I can't help but fear the worst. Might you be so kind as to go check if she's well? Yeah, I can go do that. Alright, let's go. Well-equipped adventurer. It looks like her chocobo is taking a nap. And now we're getting attacked by multiple things. Thank you, friend. Well, I thought I was done for. One moment standing here enjoying the scenery while my chocobo enjoyed a much-deserved nap, and the next... Such shivers down my spine just to recall it. Hey, Rob, please thank the innkeeper for his concern and tell him I will be on my way as soon as my bird awakes. Trying to avoid that clay golem. I don't feel like fighting anything else right now. Girl safe, thank you, friend. Those are the best tidings I've received all day. Here, I feared the worst. She ended up in the clutches of that masked Must have think such ill thoughts. Now, if you excuse me, I'd best get to work. So he tells me the girl will be needing a warm bed and a hot meal more than ever. My good man, dare say you're more reliable than the rest of my hired help put together. For better or for worse, this means I got another job for you. Got 3 basket lunches here that need delivering to Finder's Bluff. The last adventure scarfed down 3 boxes on his own and ran off without paying his tab. I need someone to trust. Why am I walking? Yeah, I don't have any mounts classes I feel like adding to the roulette. Purely because of the fact that I did say I wanted to stick to just ones that I got through story. So if I don't get it from a quest, I don't really want to add it. Well, here are the people. Laughing fury. Digging for gold day and night sure works up an appetite. Is it time for lunch yet? Yes, as a matter of fact it is. The Bomb and Cork's realm famous basket lunch, filled with freshly made finger food from the forest. One of Master Allian's specialty basket lunches? Well, I don't mind if I do. Oh, my tummy not stop rumbling. Tell me I command you, cease your rumbling. From all you do safe, my tummy and I are much obliged. Play hog and adventure stealing the food of honest, hard-working men. Are my eyes to be believed? Thank you, friend. It's good to know some adventures can still be trusted. It is very random what characters do and do not get names. I can only assume every character gets a name is going to be involved in a quest at some point. And if not, then it's just weird that they get names. You'd think they'd try and save names for important characters. Allian's famous basket lunch hits the spot, eh? I thought as much. The prospectors of Finder's Bluff aren't just digging for personal fortune, you know? Each ounce of gold helps this region thrive and prosper. I'm happy to return the favor. You've gone above and beyond for me, and for this you have my thanks. Next time you fancy an ale, a tale, or just a respite from the road, know there's always a place for you here at the Bobbing Cork. Yay! Well, we're done here. Let's go back to the main story now. The very quest that gives this video its name. Which is going to be my thing going forward. I'll be naming it after whichever main scenario quest we're on at the start of the video. You've already seen this to the Ziz. Good work, adventure. So, were you able to find aught to suggest the creatures are culprits? Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects. So with the masked man and his winged eyeball. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been commonly maidens. I better watch out myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, a rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating. I reckon I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gap. There's something you should know. I have been keeping it to myself, lest I worsen Medras Paranoia, but I, too, have seen the winged eyeball. Can't say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medron's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. It's time for the rocky area west of here, in case you have a mind to investigate. Alright. We've got two main scenario quests right now that both take us over in that direction. We'll need to do both before we can continue. So first, the one nearest us. We go up and then it wants me to go down. I see the destination. Okay. Survey, survey, survey. Oop, everything went. Go. Alright, so that's one down. One to go. Sneak past the clay golems if we can. We don't feel like fighting them. Investigate this crag that they think we should investigate. Pick up the lightning aspected crystals. Interesting. Alright, back to town now. Okay, I don't want to try sneaking through some enemies, so I'll just go this way. I can just run past that one. Oh, it turned away from me just at the right moment. That's good. Any other side quests in this area? I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. There was a tree here once. Must have fallen at some point or just been absolutely destroyed by something. A monstrous bane might appear and you slow it. That creature belonged by a scourge from the folk of Falgrim. As you know, you have done great service. You have my gratitude. This does make me wonder. Was it truly a winged eyeballs or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yards of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. What's a few vengeful spirits with Dawn's adventurer like you, eh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. Don't say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with a masked stranger. It's gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire, sans stick. Oh well. Power of deduction. There's been no promising leads in the murders. You could scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time. There can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a banelite. But you and I were moments apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, a adventurer friend here had a run-in with the banelite at the very spot you claimed to see that bleached eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as you're making out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. God, of course. There must be more than one of the bubbles. Ah, it's so obvious. But then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely not a good thing to figure out. I do believe we're out of our depths. We all leave the rest to the experts. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. Well, I've already know the truth. Some things are best left unknown. Unless you've forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover an altered note, you'll want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The servants there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. And it just went dark outside. I love the cutscenes do reflect the time of day. Or they reflect outside. And it's raining. My character really needs to get an umbrella at some point. Well, we'll continue leveling Conjurer. I'll do my daily probably later. Ugh. I feel gross and sweaty. I really need to lose weight. Okay. Well, I see the thing I'm looking for. Corpse. And there's our enemy. Yep, that's definitely... Oh, he's got a specific name. Void Scent. I think that's what they're called. Why am I walking? Go, my mount. What do I name him again? Seto. Go, Seto. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I may assist you with? Gods be good, not again. How many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. The deck of deaths have been reported in the central shroud. While the mass stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies. What end one can say. Victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition, so it's difficult to identify them, so as to know by their next of. This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Can only hope. I would have you hold on to the Lily Button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to trust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I may make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mignon. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon this sigil. Yeah, that could work. We'll use return. I want to get better gear before I continue with any of the class quests. So, class quest can wait. After all, we're getting close to reaching Hawk Manor. Good evening to you, Albert. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I'm not recognizing the Lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. Could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Ephraim project. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old. Though I can't claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty White Lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it will be Sengold over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. Okay. That is in fact helpful. Bernadette believes I can help you? Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I'll try assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Well, memory comes to me. Of late, there's been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendale, and I simply recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Though this place is one that we just walked to. Why is this quest? Ah, it's a level 35 quest, that one. We don't have any level 35. Do we? We have ones that are close, but none that are exactly that level. I don't believe we are acquainted. Pray, lead me to my thoughts. The sigil of the Dartoncourt's family. How is it you came to be in possession of this button? For the body of a murdered woman? Her face. Is it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the depths, but on one condition. I promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Okay, I can do that. Hold on a moment, I just want to quickly check some messages. See if anything happens. Yep. So I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families of Gridani, the Dartincors. During that time I had the honour of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart fitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaids to a bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. Perform the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. When the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, and my home for nigh on half a century. I am curious about something. If I am pronouncing the name right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Right. Hawk. Okay. Because I could be wrong. Like, that's how people have told me it's pronounced. But I won't know. Okay, it's derived from archaic German. Voiced E sound is fully pronounced, resulting in a 3-syllable word. Hawka. Okay, interesting. I'll stick with pronouncing it as Hawk. Hello, person who didn't read the chat rules and is getting banned. I formed the dreadful test. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavoured to put the matter behind me. I resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawk Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, and do what must be done. Very well. We've been given a mission. We should go carry it out. We'll go and do this quest first. Okay. Ooh, hello. Might as well as do what we. Might as well as deal with some of these guys. One more. We'll get over into that safe zone just beside us. Then I'm gonna go run to the toilet before we continue. I really need to go. Also, I can check for the hunting log when I get back, so yeah, I'll be back very shortly. Okay, we're back. Let's continue. You. You have the honor of addressing my set, realm-renowned naturalist and esteemed authority of the new Eorzean geographic. The single most comprehensive collection of knowledge our realm has ever seen, or ever will see. You have not heard of the geographic? Why, of course you haven't. It hasn't been published yet, and it never will be with my assistants. Keep dawdling around instead of doing their jobs. So on to it. Of course I'm talking to you. Do you see anyone else here? Now for the 70,000th time, 5 toadstool caps to be quick with them. Well, that was rude. Rosamond sent you? Bank of 12. I just about given up hope that anyone would answer our call. Did you perhaps notice that gaping hole in the ground on your way here? Aye, 'twould be hard to miss it. One of the many remnants of Dalaman's fury. Scaffolding, you see, is a solution we worked up with our friends from the Carpenters Guild, but even the sturdiest wood is at the mercy of the elements. Rains have fallen hard of late, and I fear there still might be some soggy planks left untended. Please see to them, as well as any pests that could feast on the wood. Okay. Oh, the last one's gonna have anything on it. Alright, we've done that. Now I'm going to see what other classes need me to kill toadstools. Okay, so conjurers will cut up. That was gladiator for stuff in the shroud. Okay. So, Pugilist has something that's in Sorrel Haven we'll look for. And Marauder needs toadstools. Go. 1 down. 4 to go. Alright, that's Marauder dealt with. Lancer, does it need toadstools? Nope, Lancer's all caught up for Shroud enemies. And Archer needs toadstools. one. Alright, that's the left. Rogue doesn't need anything from this region. Conjurer doesn't need anything from this region. Thaumaturge and Stropper from this region, and Arcanist needs Brood Zizzes, which are nearby. So let's return. Also switch back to whichever class is currently level 30 and the closest to leveling up, which is Conjurer. Alright, Marset. Have you brought me my toastal caps? Every moment you dally deprives you of my prodigious knowledge. Yes, hand it over. Now, but of course, it's just as I theorized. The spore density of these toastals is exponentially greater than that of samples taken from before the calamity. Clearly, they evolved to such an order to adapt to an increasingly harsh environment. With this, another entry of the new areas in geographic influence. Who are you again? Jeez, no wonder she needs his assistance. Research Assistant 6. Yes, I am speaking to you. Research Assistant 6. That is the title I have deigned to bestow upon you after your humble contribution to my latest scientific breakthrough. Why 6? Am I just your latest? Mind you, now that you are officially my slave or research assistant, we no slacking off. I require a live lightning spark. Here is a jar. Now hurry up. First, I'm going to talk to Devino and turn his quest. Yeah, my thanks, adventurer. Shroud hair. I say, ask you only this, friend. Should you have occasion to meet Marset, speak nothing of this to her. She is a researcher of sorts, unusual creatures being her specialty. Where she catch wind of shroud heads lurking beneath, and rip up every last plank till we had nowhere to stand upon. The woman treats us as if the wood whalers were her personal laboratory assistants. We'll stand for this no more. Keep my distance from her, and I would suggest you do the same. Too late, buddy. I'm already helping her with her experiments. Did she do it? The mere fact that you dare to interrupt me means that you must have the live lightning spark I require. Well, hand it over then. Oh, aren't you a cute little one? Just think of all the fun I can have with you. Next assistant who dares shirk his duty is in for quite a shock. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, toadstools. If my theories are correct, sending a shock to toadstools will trigger a sense of danger, causing them to reproduce with unheard of speed. Truly, my genius knows no bound. To think of the discoveries I could make if I have a single competent assistant. You, assistant 7. Or was it 4? Whoever you are, be gone from my sight and let me concentrate for once. I swear to you, that woman is a fiend, a monster, a greater danger of this realm than all the beast tribes put together, and then some. Speak of Marset, of course. I'm certain I have returned with 300 hornet stickers she requested, and she sends me off after water survey of Hope Seed Pond. In my condition, I'd like to fall in face first and drown. Oh, friend, I'm too young to die. Please say you'll help me. You must. Here's assistant 873 year late. Experiments of the utmost importance to determine the source of stink of a stropper's breath require one freshly extracted stropper stomach. The stench is said to be strong enough to knock out a man, so I shall provide you with a bottle of Marset's Breath Begone. I don't know what you've been eating lately, but you may want to take a dose of it yourself. Oh, and do try not to get killed, will you? Fuel rights for incompetent assistants are eating away an inordinate share of my research budget these days. Okay. Right, well. If I remember correctly, it was Arcanist. Was the only class that I've used for grade 6. Let's change classes. Thaumaturge was the one who needed stroppers, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. They're over here. Yep, there it is. God, I hate these things. They're part of the family of monsters that all have the bad breath ability. Which, if you can dodge it, yay! If you get hit by that thing, it's a nightmare. Oh, goody. They want us to kill 4 of them. Ba 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 da. Alright, last scrubber we need to kill. Right. Arcanists are all in Battleland, right? Ah, except for Lindworms. So for that reason was... Shit! That was close. go to that last destination point. And now we flee. I have no interest in fighting enemies that I don't have to fight. Oh dear. I don't want to be research assistant 7, 12, or 43. I just want to go home. Oh, praise the gods, you're back. Were you able to complete the survey? 1, 2, 3 samples of Hope Seed Pond. Wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I can't help but ponder what other back-breaking tasks might be in my future. Pluck the wisdom teeth of a gobu? Procure a leaf from a tree in its head? The gods only know. Grandfather, grandmother, can you hear me up there? Your great grandson shall be joining you all too soon. A dramatic much. Assistant, whatever number your number was. I have it all week. You best have the straw for stomach I requested. Or I do believe I shall use your own innards as a substitute. Jesus Christ, you're insane. Just hand it over, will you? And the dissection reveals exactly as surmised. With the proliferation of poisonous toadstools in the years since the calamity, Stropper's diet has undergone dramatic change. The reaction of toadstools with the Stropper's stomach acids results in a noxious gas emitted from the mouth of the foul beast. With that groundbreaking discovery, I believe I owe my prodigious mind a well-deserved respite. You, on the other hand, Researcher Assistant 6, have earned nothing of the sort. Get out there and hone your skills, as you might actually make yourself half useful the next time I call upon you. Jesus. Okay. No. I'm running away. And I'm gonna go see what's over on the other side of that bridge. Nope. Not that way, apparently. Okay. I need to look up where lindworms are located. Let's see. Zone 1219.3. 12. Around there. Should be the enemy I seek. Yep, there it is. Who else required Lindworm? Because Arcanus does everything except the stuff that requires Thanalan. Same with Thaumaturge. Conjurer? Yes, no, maybe. Lanos, yeah, that's close enough. As well. Rather. Thanalan. Yeah, just Blood Short for Archer. We'll go deal with the Alcala later. Yep, we got a few different classes that require that. I'm pretty sure there was at least... Ooh, Floating Eye for the Marauder. Okay, that's good to know. Pretty sure there was one other class. Yeah, it was Pugilist that requires Lindworms. Just Pugilist. So let's switch, find the Lindworm, and get punching. There's two of them. We only need one. Let's see which one we get. Just gotta lure it away a bit. So we don't have to fight the other one. Good. Now, next stop is switch to Marauder. The Marauder has some enemy at the house. In fact, I think it's the last one for this level of the hunting log. So let's be quick about it. There's Hot Banner. Beautiful on the outside. I know it's a poor shot on the inside. I want to fight that Stropper. I also don't want to fight David Bobby. Bobby. Damn it! That's too close. Yep, we are running away. We'll fight that floating eye. Yay. Ooh, now it's added Stroppers to its list. Adamantoise, Grass Raptors. I mean, I could easily go deal with the Stropper right now. And it would cause it to level up. Screw it. 4 stroppers coming right up. I might as well. We can level up and then I'll switch to... Final and I'll see places we need to go for whatever reason. So we're fine. Let's go to the Manor Gate. Interact with it. And that's the dungeon unlocked. We will go into it with duty support after we switch to Gladiator. So we've got Scion Conjurer, Thaumaturge, and Lancer. That's fine. Fun. Certainly is pretty. Alright, so first things first, we always fully explore every place we visit in this game. What is done remote? It looks like she's transformed them into void scent, which is... yeah, that's kind of a problem. Come on. I'm just looking around to make sure I don't miss anything. Because some rooms are off limits. I will probably do a few clears of this particular dungeon, purely for the purposes of exploration. Not exploration, man. It's for the purposes of making sure I get a full set of gear. Alright, tiny key, locked door. Let's unlock the locked door. Treasure chest. We need to get enough tiny keys to open every door, which can be done. Alright, we got some fine wax. Which I don't know what that's used for. Whoa, matter made credit. Hello. My healer do their job, please. Placing your stress. more confidence on the courage. I'm glad that in later parts of the game we'll get other people to help us. Not just the, characters that I've done with it. Alright, we've got one more tiny key, so... Okay. Treasure chest. Matter scale greaves. Good. I think that's probably better than... Okay, so firstly, the silver gorget is in fact better than what we have equipped. Weathered rail. Let's see what else. Nope. But we will equip the matter scale greaves, because those are legitimately better. Alright, first boss of this place, Manor Clouder. It's really just one of the handmaidens, but stronger. Yeah, stars above, Earth descend. Come on. Yeah, I wonder if those. Yeah, they were the ones for heavy armor. Ruffle your armor falls in. Armor categories are armor that's exclusive to tanks, armor that's exclusive to you have armor that's exclusive to tanks, armor that's exclusive to melee DPS, armor that's exclusive to mages, heavy armor, and light armor. Okay, so what did I get? The Manor half-gloves, which are Discipline of Magic. Yep. As I said, there's certain armor that's exclusive to certain classes. As much as I want to just jump straight down, I don't trust the NPCs to follow me like that. Okay. Tiny key obtained. Now we need to explore every room down here, ideally. So that means every locked door gets unlocked. If there's a treasure coffer, we grab it. Ooh, scale fingers. I think. Yep, that's the one we want. Ooh, there's 2 types here. That'll be handy because we need to have extra. There are a lot of doors. And we need to unlock every door if we want to get the achievement for mapping the realm. One of the things you miss out on when you do this with other people. The same story with pretty much any dungeon up to a certain point. There is a point at which doing it with other people is fine because there aren't really any side paths for you to explore. But before you get to that point, it's just worth it. Okay, so this room was completely useless. Just gave us some enemies to fight. We better drop something. Because they don't give XP, it makes it pointless to fight them. Right? I will probably come through here with a few times just to finish getting all of the gear from it. But we'll see how I do it. Am I not? Ba, 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 ba. Alright. Ooh, hello. Minor scale mail. All we need is the pants, and we have the pants and helmet, and we have a full set of the tank banner gear. Last one. Yellow key. In fairness with this one, there is, in fact, yay, tiny key. Just what we wanted. I think we now have enough. What is that squeaky sound? Is that the sound of my armor? Hope not. If so, that's gonna be very annoying. Alright, we want to aim for the Jester first. Which they're not doing. I'll let them do it. The job is to keep it on, so I'll do that at the very least. Apparently not. Weird. there. Alright, next, go down this tunnel. At the end of it is a locked door. We need to go through that locked door. And then we'll have explored every side tunnel that this place has left. Huh, interesting. Pretty sure I just got the Marauder's weapon. Which, great for the Marauder, not so good for this class. Alright. I think, unless I've missed something, yep. We just have one room left on this floor. And to get to it, we just need to hurt this thing enough that the door opens. They open the door for us. Lady Amandine. She's just having a nap. Yep, she has properly become a void sight. Delightful. do need to take out that. This thing long enough to see a second beguiling mist. Doesn't matter either way, we win. This helmet does not go with the rest of our outfit. I hope we get something to change that. Please let that chest contain the item I seek. I mean, it contains something, but not what I was after. I didn't even drop there anyways. It was it a shield? A sword? Something else? What did it drop? Ah, it was a bow. Okay, well, we're finished here. So, let's exit. As we're getting ready to leave, darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirits that quicken it to life. Oh, goody. More than one. Asian of the 12th Staff. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventure. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. Asian of the 12th Sword. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal blade, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take a measure of your strength from Master La Habrea. That task is now accomplished. We take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Oh wait, no, I have returned. Which class is next closest? Conjurer. Does Conjurer get anything? Yes. The half gloves. Lancer's Guild is the closest thing. I'm actually gonna mess around with my other classes. Yep, that works. There's the one we want to keep. Just making sure we got everything up to date. There we go. But Conjurer is the one that will finish the quest. You have returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So, she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that it could have done more to prevent her fall? May she finally find peace in the beyond. I don't know whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed, I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, through displaced loyalty, cowardice, or both. I am an abettor to a gross crime. Reserve myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment deem just. I only pray the gods will have mercy on my soul. Well, I guess we return to Menphilia. I think we're done here in Gridania for now. Okay, I just want to check something before we continue. Okay, so the next dungeon we can unlock is the main scenario one. Technically speaking, we could... Braving New Depths is the next quest that it's showing, but it's not the next quest that we actually should do. Because it's a level... Yeah, the Sunken Temple of Karn is a level 35 dungeon. We unlock it. So we should wait until we actually finish the next dungeon before we unlock it. Because minimum 35, we don't have any level 35 classes yet. So we'll continue with the main story for now. At least until we unlock the next dungeon. If we get to the next dungeon, I want to stop. Welcome back, Arbor. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn in the Twelves Wood? Two of La Habria's minions, they sought to measure your strength. By their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt then. The Asians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Assassins might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. But come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope. That's precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Sure. Let me just open that chest that I have just boosted. It's a level 28 weapon coffer. This class just went up, so we'll go with Lancer next. It's the next closest to leveling up. Oh, it already had a... Never mind. I have committed error. Should have switched to a different one. Oh well. Too late now. To brief you and the first on new development. What is happening?
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Oh dear.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yep.
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
Oh.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan.
Oh, goody.
Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor.
Cool.
They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the seawall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
True. Oh, eventually they'll run out of crystals.
The
to
Maelstrom
use for
has
the
kept a
summoning.
watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since.
Clearly not close enough an eye.
Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Tragic.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The Echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
I can do it.
So you will accept?
Yeah, I can deal with them.
Thank you.
We can't very well send him to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Menphilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
ever reliable.
I'm just checking for something quickly. Okay. Okay, so first to unlock the allied societies, we need to first get to level 41.
Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Yay.
And all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies. Tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
The fact that some of them responded non-verbally just shows how expensive some of the cast was. But they had to resort to those methods. Alright. So first we need to go to Limsa. I'm gonna quickly stop in with one of my what's it called? Retainers, and drop off some stuff. Because we're not doing any crafting for a bit, so it doesn't make sense to hold on to all of our crafting resources. So firstly, 0 res. You can be entrusted with the duplicates. And I'm going to take back that die. I'm actually going to hold on to that for now. Okay. I'm also going to retrieve that. And sort. Alright. Next. Brandon is the one who I have entrusted with weapons and armor that I am not currently using. Alright, there it is. Alright, so that's all that. I'm only gonna do it for ones where it looks like it's getting too full. So, that will do for you. You're holding on to all of our unused gear that I plan to desynthesize as soon as able. Now, this one should be holding on to all of our plant-based goods. Dynamite web is used for crafting with botany more than it is for actually. No, that isn't quite right. So we'll hold on to that. Trust latex. Alright. Sort. Next, Nailbird has all of the metals. All the unprocessed stuff, at least. Alright. Next, Ramito has all of our fish. And Silva, I believe, has all the... Yep, all the animal part, all the parts that come from creatures. For our dungeons. Go. Then Rana. Oops. Has all the stuff that's crafted by the botanist class. By all the stuff that's crafted from stuff that carpenters make. Green has all the metal crafted stuff. Or the stuff that's crafted from stuff that we got from mining. And then China's is all the stuff that's crafted from stuff that came from people. That should do for now. Although, I do have zero intention of using any of the food, probably, so if it starts taking up loads of my inventory, I'm going to start getting rid of it. Okay. I guess I could quickly have myself queued to do leveling roulette before the end of the night. But we'll see. Good to see you, Private Zem. The science sent word that you are on your way. The business then is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beasts moving south in increasing numbers from Gorgo. Our scouts have confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Hey, Mervyn and Gishtola. Gishtola I expected, not mere web actually. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Private Zem. Right proud am I to call you one of our own. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Arbor personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Saga and the kobolds plagued our people. Nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when time rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned, but they are long disbanded. We must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is we now turn to the signs of Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. Hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Do you know the Velococracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands, that no blood would be shed? It was of the Laminsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot. Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Yet a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you choose your words with greater care, Lady Stola. Stand down, Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa and its citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effect will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. I trust I can count on you, Private. Of course you can, though I'd like to get promoted. You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. If the kobolds should summon Titan, demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. If being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it will be wise to learn all we can of our foe. I can think of no better source of information than mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosia. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Level 44 and 50. Okay, we do have something that's in the wolf's den. So, we're gonna fast travel over to the Morgan dry dock, as that's where we can find the ship that'll take us to the wolf's den. I think we got a cutscene here because it's our first time visiting this place. No? Oh, side quest here. It's time to do all. Nervous trembling with legs just like Ori Brawler. This Ori Brawler may not be as sexy. Please, I beg of you, steady those ferociously fists. I'm not ready for full contact sparring. I have only just begun to practice my warning. So, you haven't come to deal with me then? My apologies. You have a local command who enjoys a thrill of the fight. Well, perhaps you come to challenge me. No, no thanks. Good reason, I might add. You see, the Maelstrom recently opened up a new sparring ground for Widow Souls, right here on this pier. Now adventurers can go toe-to-toe without climbing down into the pit. So I was certain you were just like everyone else, eager to earn a notch on the belt, having the skill and the courage to put up a fight, but you look on man who's wither his fair share of battles. Perhaps you'd like to test your mettle in the ring. Not with me, of course. The officer who oversees the area is just over there. Doubtless she'd be happy to tell you all about it. Just look at that frightful stare. Always on the look of the flesh brother, so to say. I'll talk to him. What's this, another wolf pup itching to get in the ring, are you? Well, it's blood you're after, and you need it quick. Not that you can slake your thirst here. Before you go rushing off to get yourself bludgeoned, there's rules to learn. Don't you worry, my lad. I'll teach you all you need to know. Right, well. The PvP profile is what I want to pull up. But, in order to get that, we need to first speak to the right person. Which for me is this person. I recall seeing her open mug around here before. You say that Riki sent you? Yes, she said she was sending a leader from the dead. Well, it runs a little if you ask me. They barely have fangs for the heart, but I guess I'm feeling goddamn generous. So all three of them. Sort yourself out with crystalline conflict. And training bouts are made special for feckless adventuring types who can't tell sound strategy from a horse's eyes. Well, sure, it won't be midday before you run home with your tail between your legs, crying for your mom. But you can have a word with Lieutenant Cody Salungi if you insist on giving it a go. You'll find him outside, assuming you can work up the nerve. Stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for a weak spine. Dismissed. PvP unlocked. Crystalline conflict unlocked. And because PvP has been unlocked, we now have a PvP profile. But we don't have our PvP skills. You look to be swelling frightened, but not by blame you. Most everyone can understand who it is. You do well to vent some by pent-up rage and match your 3 of crystalline confidence. The largest grace and society tactical training you'll find inside the front line. You may think me biased, given that I'm the one who came up with the rules. Nothing could be further from the truth. We receive countless calls to add more strategic elements to our training strategies. You see, and I simply put the entirety of my considerable skill towards the answer. Crystalline conflict matches. Just challenge you to maintain control over an all-important freight, which you must transport safely to a given location amid the heat of battle. Designed special arenas complete with magic mechanisms to keep you on your toes. If that piques your interest, my first recommendation is to learn the rules in their entirety. Unless you get pulverized about you step on the floor. But fear not, I am more than happy to discuss them anytime. And here comes the cutscene to show us what it's like. I think I've ever been to this particular Roll 5v5, take the skirmishes, and access for the PvP section to the finder. Cool. Why do I still not have PvP actions? Maybe you unlock them later. That must be it. Anyways. Soft knock comes to wolf blades. Those outliers have many hard thumps for fighting play. Unseized chance for busy. Offers gobbing hand landing for players that are better fighting play. Crunch bow and smashing steel muchly. Now new fighting play is born. Game of rival wins. Machina Gobmake help upliners make much mayhem together. Followed by wishes to fill brain keys with knowing rivaling, soft knocks happy to give more time flags. And we're gonna get a cutscene with what this is like. go down here. I'm gonna go ahead and use the ferry skipper to return to where we came from. About dry docks. And then we'll summon our mounts to help us get over. Where we want to be. I think I'm probably going to take a break soon and actually call it a day for playing on stream. And just do a few runs of Hawk Manor off screen. Moving on. I do feel like Red Rooster Stead should have an Ether Rise. I get why it doesn't. This was in the days when they only put one Aetherite per region. But it would have been a good thing. Like, even if they'd done it adding an Aetherite to Red Rooster Stead. I feel like I could do it. I feel like there is room for it. You know, I'll go look around and see. Like, yeah. We could probably put it right where that fireplace is. Or right here, behind the houses. There's a place one of the windmill towers. Yeah, I'd say replace that tower on its own with one of these two. It's gonna be good for making it easier to get around this area. Oh well. Lay down your burden, son, come drain a pipe with me. We'll have a grand old time, find ye a lass or three. You gonna say something, adventurer, or just keep staring? Wanna know about the company of heroes? Ah, hells. Place of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you come all this way, I suppose it would hurt to oblige you. Self-lucky mate, old Tracton is the company's best axeman. Now, what do you want to know? So you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do you? Let me guess. You mean that bastard, Titus, aye? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. It was a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and my boys fought him for 3 days and nights we did. Ground trouble with every step Titus took. When we hit you, boy, it felt like a cannibal to the gut. Oh, just like that. Boy, what's that look for? What goddamn hero, I'll have you know. You'll around here singing the praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning The secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. You're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest by the windmill just south of here? I do that, then we'll talk. Yeah, I find it hard to believe he wants to just be a miller when he dresses like that. That outfit does not scream miller at all. The hat maybe, but everything else about it says miller. Alright, let's see what we get. Yeah, I saw that. I saw one because earlier somebody killed this. Alright, let's switch classes again. The next one that's closest to leveling up is so the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Save me the hassle of that. Never mind. You're still asking about how we beat Titus? No, no, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy. Can't only a veteran pretend to a battles you rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do. Unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be king of flame and say, look, oh! Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. I think we just have a taste for flower melting. So you ought to have no trouble finding one in the city. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled asper like myself. Anyway, why don't you try ahead and due west and stand and look out because Google comes calling. It's late and you might consider telling him about it. He's not going to tell me jack shit. I bet he's not even part of the company of heroes. It's going to turn out that he's some lazy bastard who's just riding on somebody else's coattails. Oh look, a Google. That ain't a bastard. You again, Google that was harassing the Mills is dead. I think you had in you, but I'm sure I'm still. It took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure if I should tell you that. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you see Truck to him! You in here drinking again? If you are, that goober would better be dead. What's that, Chief? You have for me word on that. Believe if he's going to it, you trust the accident. Is that fact? What will your friend here say if I ask him? He'll vouch for you, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it trucking us through the goober or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Truck to him. Finest actor ever to serve in the company of his. A legendary mercenary who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink sudden dream? The company of heroes slew tight, bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus was what we had, me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of sagging shite I've ever heard. Both of you, outside. You'll learn the truth in a minute anyway. Veteran, if you didn't slay that good one, you may consider your contract without. I'm not helping him. He got himself into this. He can get himself out. Alright, get on the rules. First man's match his boulder will be judged as a global slave. They will figure out trying to kill him. That's cheap. Who picked these bowls? There's nothing alike. Out of hell, the contest begins. Ah! Even with his bomb, I still won. Right over, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes. But I'm begging you, please don't dismiss me. I've learned my lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blood on drug you. God, I should know. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you. I swear, it's just that I keep getting turned away by all the folk I ask for work, and I'm panicked. See, the last job I had was a Costa del Sol. And there was this grizzled marauder everyone talked about royalty. When I heard he was captain of the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them. But you went and believed me, so sir, look, his name was Westgate, alright? Westgate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus or whatever the hell is that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? Come on, tell us to forgive me. It wouldn't be fair. Alright, to Costa del Sol. We'll meet the real leader of the company of heroes. But also we're at Costa del Sol, so we'll find the enemies for the remainder. one more. Rogue. Yep. No. Appearance? No. Okay, well, let's take a look at the hunting log and see what's left. Western timeline. And southern timeline. Okay. For the thaumaturge, western timeline, and southern timeline. Conjurer, western. Eastern, and what's it? Southern, rogue. Archer's on to the next level, which is something that I need to go back to a location for. Okay, it's fine. Western, that's it. Marauder. At the next level, there's a bunch of things that we can go after another time. Pugilist is on the next level. Gladiator still has Western Thanalan, Eastern Thanalan, and Outer Lanelsia. We're gonna have to look for that one. But for now, next highest level thing that is well, we've been to Costa del Sol before. Let's just finish walking there. Or choke there. Lighthouse. That's a lighthouse. Ah. Sorry, I just noticed the Guardian Fort in the distance. God, the fortifications are just eyesores most of the time. There are some nice looking bits of Guardian architecture, but for the most part, it's just awful. Ugh. Well, it matters little. You. Give me. Are you looking to make yourself useful? I am Nakdur, the representative of the Adventurers Guild. As the lead means stationed here in Costa del Sol, it's my job to match capable adventurers tasked to come in from the locals. I started loading up with dangerous fieldwork immediately, but I'm required to assess your suitability for handling the sort of threats you might encounter. I'd love to task out in this game, but we'll try a trial. I would love to, but I have to wait. Because I don't have any allowances remaining. That's one of the problems with it. Even the trial ones require you to have an allowance, but I don't get another one until 1 a.m. So another time for that. Pardon, you wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must then, Captain. People in someone's depending upon us. You fancy yourself heroes then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours. And my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. He is blessed with the power that protects him from primal influence. Thus was he able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. Lack of the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A man who can't be tempted. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and fell Pramos, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him, yeah. But he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. You deserve better than the green I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogomo on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gigaruju's estate. Perhaps you can demonstrate your ability by attending to one of our... Gods, man, have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you like my conditions, you are welcome to find your own way into Ogono. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are the best type. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. We'll use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leave the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Great, do whatever the good captain bids. Have a trifle. Remember, fatal elements that hangs in the balance. Yeah, I get that. It's fine. I can handle it. Master Guru's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you on your true task, I'd like to verify this won't be a waste of my time. The Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his land. Beast is tiny, should have no difficulty lowering it out with the heron. Saying this can return, and don't forget to bring me a leg as well to kill. Okay, I think I want to stop for the day, because that's a lot of progress we've made. Oh, but that quest isn't actually that far. Yeah, we'll do it in a moment. Oh, where are they? Has something less than delightful and more than awful befallen the new dancing girls who were to arrive today? This is mostly convenient. I do so ever wish that someone would find the driver who was to bring my divine danseuse. That someone would be heavily rewarded for it. I should have Okay, because these quests are so close, I will go ahead and do them. We are officially at level 30 quests, so I'm gonna be in the next video. In the next one, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of. I'm gonna be doing the level 30 quests to wrap up our stories. I even have a good name for the video if I do that. Alright, first let's turn in this quest. Well, to deal with the Nyx. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. Claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge to fix your talents. Two highly solution creatures looking to be possibly solved in the near future. Master Geguru wishes to welcome them to an elaborate banquet. While money is no object, not everything Master Geguru desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be extremely exotic feast, and so Arbor here wishes to seek out and obtain the very ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine. By suitable, I mean the very best there is. The Arbor can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil any alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Lana Den Nell at Camp Tranquil. What? You mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventure, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Craig? Either do it or don't. I am going to do it. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna do that quest. We're gonna finish the side quest for Gigaruju, and then we'll save a modest proposal for maybe not next time, but probably teleport over. The governor sent you, did he? I was afraid he was going to wait. No more, don't be giving me a sack now. It ain't my fault, I swear. Work goes just like I'm supposed to. When we got as far as here, where they caught sight of the ocean. And that's the moment they started crying like corals or hobbling like spring. As soon as I stopped the wagon, they were off and running to the beach. I yelled at them ladies to get back in the carriage so we could get where we were supposed to. They didn't pay me no mind. You'd go talk some sense to them, wouldn't you? Working stiffs, the both of us, you understand? Bloody incorrigible. Leggy dancer. God. Excuse me, who are you? Not the boss of me, that's right. This is my first time on the beach and nobody's gonna tell me how long I can and can't have. Got it? I just feel so blessed to be here. It's so beautiful and inspiring. Don't you think? Feeling so many things. I just need to drink it all in and channel it into my art. Oh, honey, I've never seen anything like this. It's all dunes where I come from, you know? I'm sure Master Garuja wouldn't mind a bit if we stretched our legs before coming to see him. I think he would. I think he very much would. Shells are right fancy and pricey back home. Bet your Gil to go will prove that I can sell a beauty like this too, Master Garuja. I don't really get it to him, though. You'll wait while I find your wagon or some such. They are ridiculous. And that looks like a coconut since washed ashore. Oh well. I do like that this place at least somewhat looks like a resort. I think my only problem with it is that there aren't that much indoor space. Like, I think this is basically it. There again, I guess in fairness to this guy's resort. Overcome by the ocean, are they? Seduced by the sand? With me waiting? Me who paid so dearly to say their unparalleled undulation? Oh, how delightful. They are true artistes, as beautiful inside as they are out. Gridania is green, Alda is golden, but only Costa del Sol is blue and white. Yes, I should have thought of it earlier and given them leave to play upon the beach. Happy it is to be a wealthy man. I shall wait because, well, because I can. I am no drudge walking in the sound of master's steps, nor am I a knuckle biter who needs a bottle of brandy wine to keep the tremors at bay. I shall enjoy the anticipation and the familiar fulfillment of life. Okay. To Camp Transport. Thankfully already visited, so we can just teleport there. I would love to take that quest, but I can't. I can, however, take this quest. My feisty little chocobo. The unspelled shell of chocobo claims your adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Lucolet over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine feathered friends. She'll be glad to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. I think I would like that, actually. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I'm expecting you, Arbor. The ingredients you seek is the egg of a giant elementals. My question should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. I hear Captain Romero greeting you with many tales of his youth. Much as he's seen and known, having journeyed throughout Eosia with naught but his wits. A child of 12's wood, a whaler through and through. Never have I cast a shadow that was not forged by a sun that perched atop the great elm at dawn. Yet travel I would, if only in mind. They say in Aldan traders nearby the south. You find for me a thing from that city strange and great. If duties or else I would go. You'll all find me a wait for. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot, the toad gear being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Jesus. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a pretty good Anamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just right for the taking. Not that you'll live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from her child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Arbert. You do not need to challenge Titan. That your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go. But I'm gonna take a break. Hail, adventurer, you come at an opportune time. A botanist's hatchet serves its own purpose well enough, but I'd hesitate to use it on anything that bites back. I would guess that your own skill at arms is more appropriate for this situation. I was crossing the bridge behind me when I got to thinking of all I've seen since the calamity. What boggles the mind wobbles the body, and before I knew it, I was nearly on my face and the lumber in my arms was scattered all over the bridge. Someone must have fallen over the side. Now, I'm not so green as to go vaulting under the bridge when I know perfectly well the fiends below, but an adventurer should have little less to fear. Will you go in my stead and retrieve the wood? Yeah, I can do that. However, I think this is a good place to stop for right now. As much as part of me wants to continue, I acknowledge that we're currently into the level 30 content for quests, and I'd rather firstly finish getting the gear that we can get from Hawk Manor so that we have a nice new set for when we go into the next dungeon. 2, I want to do the level 30 class quests. So yeah, we're going to wrap up for today, and we'll continue this one on the next stream. So until then, as always, I've been Sparks. I hope you have a lovely day. See yas.